The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. Yeah!
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Pool Guy Show. Today I'm going to be joined by Brian Chrisan from Hayward. We're going to go over the Omni VS pumps and the smart pool control for you. This podcast has been brought to you by InyoPools.com. Inyo Pools has been helping pool owners find the right pool parts since 2001. With over 50,000 pool parts in stock, order online today and have your parts delivered right to your door. And the podcast is also brought to you by the Riptide Pool Vacuum System. The Riptide is a powerful vacuum system that will allow you to get large leaf debris off the bottom of the pool rapidly. To learn more about the Riptide, you can visit their website, www.riptidevac.com. And if you're in the pool industry and you're looking for the best app available to automate your billing, organize your pool route, notify your customers, and track your repairs, go to useAquaSuite.com. AquaSuite has been built by the pool industry professionals for the pool industry professionals to give us the tools we need to get the most out of our business. Upgrade your pool company now with AquaSuite. And be sure to tell them you heard about it on the Pool Guy Podcast Show for an exclusive discount when you sign up. I'm joined today by Brian Chrisan. He's the Western U.S. Product Application Specialist for Hayward. How you doing today, Brian?
Really good.
So we're going to go over the Omni VS Pump and Smart Pool Control. So why don't you give the listeners an overview of the whole system?
So the Omni VS Omni comes in several different formats. This was designed for the aftermarket service trade. Builders do purchase it. However, it's really focused on the service guys that go on backyards where there's an intermittent clock, maybe a single speed pump and some lights and a heater. That's really where this was built. And it's sold in different applications now as of February 2019. You can buy one of 4 different pumps. You can buy the 3-horse TriStar 950, the 2-horse 900 Super Pump, Max Flow pump, and these are the pumps that you decide what horsepower you need on the pool, and you get the automation with it. And then this year we also started selling just the hub, the automation separately from the pump to give the service guy really a choice of how he wants to build this for the backyard.
Okay, now can you go over the equipment that can connect to? I know that the one that I filmed was connected to a heater, the pool lights, and there's a wide array of equipment you can connect the smart control to, correct?
Correct. We also started putting this on with salt systems too. So you can buy an Aquarite, or even there's a daughter board. The other pumps that the other features, that you could put on this, you can do salt. We have a spa side remote. We have new lights. We have a wireless handheld device, heaters, automation, cleaners, anything that can be on the pool pad can be controlled with limitations, but those limitations really cover about 95% of the pools and spas on the market.
Okay, so they connect through a smart relay. Can you explain a little bit about what actually connects on the smart relay and what doesn't? That way they can know how many devices they can actually connect with one smart relay?
Yeah, so the smart relay is available to be wired 110 or 220, and that will give you features to add blowers, single speed pumps, lights, anything that can be wired 110 or 220, even outdoor lighting. And there is a limitation with the VS Omni. Right now, as of February 2019, this whole hub, this system, this automation will control up to 3 of our variable speed pumps, any one that you want. So you can mix and match 3-horse, 2-horse, 1-horse. It will also do up to 3 smart relays. So it'll control 3 other features. It'll control a heater, salt, wireless controller, the handheld, many different things that you can do on the system. It gives you a wide variety of different pools and spa combinations to be able to control.
So basically you can do everything that you would be able to do from just a standard panel automated system, except it's more of an aftermarket kind of installation?
Correct. The Omni Logic, the big hub, which is our granddaddy of automation, will do a vast array of things and is completely expandable. It will do 16 variable speeds, 8 heaters, 8 actuators, and go into our sense and dispense and all of these things. And what happens is that's really big, and that will cover everything, commercial-wise and residential. So the VS Omni was created for the aftermarket. So you can control the heaters, the pumps, sense and dispense that we have. So we've we've kind of taken all of that same platform of the OmniLogic, didn't make any changes to it. The app is the same, the control features. You're just limited on what you can control, but that limitation is really for 95% of the pool and spa backyards across the country, and that's why it was engineered. The big box is so big, so huge, and this is simple, easy, 5-step. If you've done a pool pump motor, if you've changed out a motor on the back of any pump, and you've changed out a light switch, that's how easy this thing is.
And then the components it comes with the control panel, the one smart relay, and then the wiring hub, right?
Correct. We also give you in the box, that's absolutely correct. We also give you 2 wire whips, 6-foot wire whips. We also give you temp sensors, 2 10K temp sensors. We also give you the communication for the pump. We also even give you the wire nuts. And then, amazingly enough, we include the directions, which nobody ever looks at, which is always good.
Yeah, that's always handy, right? So I think the best feature of this, the one that I was playing with, is the fact that you can connect it with the OmniLogic app, and you can create themes. Can you go over the themes that you can create in this? I think this is the game changer of the system, is the ability to make themes that are one button that you can just push and equipment will activate.
That's correct. So what we call a theme is really a shortcut. We can do up to 25 of these themes or shortcuts. I always reference it, it's like getting in your car and you hit a memory button in the mirrors and the seats and everything changes to your liking. Well, we've done the same application on our platform with the pool equipment. So you can turn on the heater to a temperature, the pump to a speed, a light to a color, whatever it is that you want to make the pool or spa look like. It's a kind of a screenshot. And it's very simple. It's the easiest thing on the market, even over our older automation. Once you've established what you want the pool or spa to look with these settings, the lights, the pumps, you hit a little droplet. It's our theme application. You hit that button and it's going to ask you, make sure everything's on the way you want it. And when you do that, you can name it whatever you want. So you can name it kids pool, wife's spa, whatever that is that you need. Give it their own names for the kids if you want. Then you select one of the icons that we have available on that app. So it can be balloons or kids, and there's different little icons. Once you select that, you hit the check mark and it's done. There's no assigning relays or assigning different applications to it. You simply turn it on, you give it a name, you give it an icon, and you're done. And the beauty of it is a service guy can put their service company on there that says, Joe's Pool Service, and that can always be present on the front of the app. And the pool guy can turn the pool on and off so he can get there to clean it and kind of, give the homeowner an indicator, I'm on my way over.
That's pretty neat. I like that. I think what I really like too is that if a lot of my customers or a lot of people also don't really know how to use the valves to put their pool in this pool and spa mode or back and forth, and there's a lot of user error where they'll leave the heater on all week or they'll have one valve wrong and it'll drain the spa down. So I think that the theme that I really like is the one that I created for the customer that the pump is installed at, where it's called Spa Party, and that turns on the heater, it turns the valve actuators, it turns to spa mode, and turns on the spa light. So you can do that on any account with the actuators, right? You just need to add those?
Correct. You can, once you select a spa, it actually rotates the actuators over to spa. And what will happen is, again, even in spa mode, it'll do whatever it is that you want it to do. You set up the pool, the temperature, the blower, the jets, the lights, whatever it is that you want, and it just takes that picture. And then once you're in that, I call it the memory or the theme, once you've established that theme, you can change the lights, turn the blower off, turn the heater down. You'll never mess with that original setting, kind of like when you get in your car. It's that same application.
That's pretty neat.
And it can be scheduled and on a countdown timer too.
And I guess we should mention too that with the OmniLogic app, you can turn it on from work if you're like even an hour away, get everything set. When you get home, you can use it.
Exactly. You can turn it on and off. You can make it a schedule every night. We have some people that want to get in it every night, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9, or you put it on a countdown timer from 1 minute up to 23 hours, and it'll turn on and then turn itself back off, and then the system will revert back to its automated mode, which is really nice.
Yeah. And I guess we should mention the valve actuators are sold separately. They don't come with the actual unit.
Correct. It doesn't. They don't come with it. Reason is because we sell this, across the country, and what happens is we have people back east that use this for pool-only applications for other, vinyl liners or above-ground pools. And what happens is they don't need actuators, so we don't want to give something that goes to waste.
Got it.
But we do sell the actuators with the smart relay, so you can add on, again, like you said. It comes with the screen and the hub and the smart relay. You want to add another smart relay, you just purchase another smart relay. We also sell a smart relay with actuators. If you want to add another pump, you buy another pump. So it's completely buildable. You want to add the sense and dispense for chemical automation, you throw that on there. So it's buildable to what you and the customer would like.
And let's say for the service professional, I really like some of the features that you can access with the app to help the customer. And the one thing I really like is on the other systems, it's called timeout mode. What is it called on the Omni?
We really just call it our countdown timer. So you can set up any piece of equipment. So as everybody listening knows, in our industry, you have a service mode which completely shuts down the system, which when you've done that, if you're listening, you know that you've obviously gotten the call about a half an hour later to drive back to the other side of town and put it back in auto mode. Timeout mode has traditionally been 3 hours. Once you hit the 3 hours, the entire box and all the equipment is only set on and off for 3 hours. Then obviously the automation will go back. So we've kind of combined those and expanded on that. So we have what we call a countdown timer. And any piece of equipment, any setting, any theme, any favorite, any particular light color, whatever you want, can be put on this timer. And you have the option to put everything individually on its own. You can go from 1 minute up to 23 hours and 59 minutes. So if you have the pool pump on, you want to add some chemicals, you put that on for half an hour. You want the lights on for 25 minutes, you want something else on for a different amount. When those are all done individually, piece of equipment done with their countdown timer, that particular piece of equipment will go back to its regularly scheduled program. So you don't have to go in and do anything. It's a great feature for service guys so you don't get that call back, have to go drive and turn it back into auto mode, which is not fun.
And we talked previously about like a green pool cleanup. If you're doing a cleanup on a pool, the way we used to do it is we set the whatever else you pump, we just put it in service mode, and also with the panel. Now with this, you can actually put the countdown timer, and then you can actually check with the customer how things are, and you can actually, from your phone, from your own house, you can just adjust the time as you need fit without going back to the stop, which is really convenient for the service guy.
That's a great point. What happens is you have the ability to turn that countdown timer off. If they say, hey, we turn this off, you don't have to drive back. You can turn it off. Also, the nice feature is from the app, if you have, let's say, the filter pump on a 2-hour countdown or 23-hour countdown, she'll see the clock counting down, and it indicates that it's on a timer. Then all you do is simply turn it off, and it shuts off. You turn it back on. The other nice thing about the timers is you can do this from your phone anywhere. If you forget and you drive away and you forgot to turn the pump on because you got distracted, you can always go back and do it from the app and turn those timers on, either from the app or from the main control interface.
Yeah, it's convenient because I can't tell you how many calls I get from customers that I'll leave the account in timeout mode, and they'll call me like in an hour saying, hey, the system's broken, I can't get anything working in the panel, and I have it on timeout mode because I was running it for the chemicals. And I have to drive all the way back to put it back in auto mode because they wanted to use their spa or something. And
Sure.
to tell a customer to go out there and hit a button is very difficult.
Well, yeah, or they don't want to go out there because it's, quote, your fault. The other thing is people like this, the best thing is they want it on more than 3 hours. A lot of service guys want the pump running longer than 3 hours, and there's no capabilities except if you do a schedule. Well, you don't want to override the schedule. So doing these timers, again, from 1 minute to 23 hours, you have full control. We want you, the service guy, and service personnel to do this along with the homeowner and not inconvenience anybody and have complete remote access and capabilities.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I really like the fact that from the app itself, you can see what the customer's doing if you need to and help them in case they need to work on a theme or do something with their system. You can do it from your own phone, and you can actually start it for them and do whatever you want as a service provider.
It's a good way too. A service guy, we were in Denver doing a class, and a service guy said that he caught his renters turning the pump off because we always have that, hey, the pool's green, and there's no way to know if they're turning the pump on and off. We know they are because they don't want to spend it. But what they did was they logged onto the app all week and saw that it's supposed to be scheduled from 8 to 5. And in the middle of the day, he would see the pump is off, and he'd take a screenshot of it, and he sent it to the property management company. And it was kind of like, well, here's why the pool keeps turning green. So there's little things that we can do with the system that you can see what's going on and alert them.
Yeah, that's great. That's one thing I like about the system is that there's so many aspects of it that would help. Of course, the homeowner makes everything easy with the themes, and with the service provider, you can access the app. And the countdown is just a great feature too. Mm-hmm. You touched on the different models. You want to touch on it one more time so that, let's say that you have, the one that was installed at my customers was the 950, and you may not need such a large system for that. You want to touch on the different models and kind of how you choose which pump you would like to put on?
Sure. So the big one, the granddaddy, is the 3 horsepower. It's a 2.7 horsepower, really 3 horsepower TriStar VS 950. So the TriStar is the pump, the VS is obviously variable speed, and the 950 indicates that it's our 3 horsepower. And that would be used on a big pool with spa, maybe water features, something that you need that big water. You're using 2.5-inch plumbing. Then you step down to the TriStar VS 900, which is our 2 horsepower. Maybe you still have a pool and spa combination, but they're fairly close to the equipment. And then you have the Super Pump, which is really used back east. Super Pump 700 VS Omni, and that is a 1.5 horse. And then the equivalent to that on the West Coast and really our Sunbelt is our MaxFlow VS, and that's a 1.5 horse also. So your pool onlys, maybe no solar, 1.5-inch plumbing, and that's where you would size the pump to the pool. And then again, this is sold as just the hub without the pump and also with salt. The best thing about this whole VS Omni family and everything that we sell, it is not sold on the internet. It is internet protected. It is only sold to service through brick and mortar, through distribution. There is a standard 3-year warranty on these. Our TriStar 950, the big one, actually has a 4-year warranty, bumper to bumper. We have our Salt Cell, our 900, which is also used on this, has a 4-year warranty. And now, as of February 1st, 2019, any single purchase of a product with Hayward has a full 3-year warranty. All of our competitors and us up until this time has offered a 1. Unless you buy 3 major pieces of equipment, then you automatically go into the 3-year. But right now, you buy 1 filter, 3-year warranty. You buy the TriStar 900, 3-year. You buy a heater, 3-year, just 1 piece of equipment. And we have items that are also 4-year warranty. And again, not sold on the internet.
That's pretty awesome. I like the warranty on that. That's definitely an upgrade from the other companies out there. You want to touch on the 950, the new feature that they have about the that it can be used if you have 110?
Yep, so we have the TriStar 950. We have a new pump. It's our new Regal pump to satisfy the new DOE energy efficiencies coming in 2021 of July. So our new EnduraDrive motor also has a Viton seal on it, and also it can be wired 110 or 220 for back east markets or applications where there's only 110. Older parts of LA here in Southern California have a lot of that, and I know that's drawn out a lot. Even in Texas, they have a lot of 110 areas. So that new EnduraDrive motor is going to do the same thing, and along with the Super Pump is going to be doing the same. It's going to be a 110 or 220. Okay. The big thing is energy efficiency and following the laws that are coming down the drive with the EnduraDrive technology and the chemical resistant seals.
And that's a huge deal for people that want to put a VS pump in, because previously you were limited because you needed to have the 220 volts.
Correct.
So being able to use this pump for 110 opens up a whole arena of people that can upgrade to this. And you said that everything runs off of 110 also, the relays and the controller.
Correct. The Omni Hub right now, where you wire everything in, is 220. Soon in the next few months, that is going to be released in a 110 also, so you have that 110 market for the VS Omni. And right now it really can be 110 if you're not using 2 actuators. You can wire it 110.
Okay.
The minute you put a second actuator on there, you need to be 220. So we also control this with Alexa. So there's several ways to control this. The best thing that people like about this, especially homeowners, maybe an older couple that doesn't want to walk out to their Intermatic clock and go all the way to the backyard to use a spa once a month when they want to get in or whenever they use it. So our display is hardwired to the hub. That display, we give you 15 feet of cable. You can wire it up to, we have a 100-foot and a 200-foot cable. You can actually wire up to 300 feet. And you can put that screen right by the back door, by their sliding glass door. So when they walk out, they don't have it on their phone. They might not be internet savvy, but they don't want to walk out to the equipment. So having this display in a location for the homeowner sells a lot to homeowners that also fits that niche where they don't want to have it on their phone. You were mentioning earlier with renters, The other thing that we have available is what we call our simple mode. You can make the screen kind of lock out where VRBOs, Airbnbs, and renters can't adjust the schedules, the temperature of the heat. They can't mess with anything with the configuration. All they can do is turn on our themes and favorites with one button. So again, we talked about having that one button technology and having up to 25 of those, and our favorites are another 50 that you can have. And what that does is that renter can only do day spa, night spa, kids spa, turn the lights off, do whatever they want, party mode. They don't have access to any other, the in-depth configuration on the system, which is also really good.
Yeah, the features are really awesome. There's so much to the system that it would take us probably a couple hours to go over all the details. But in short, I think this VS Omni with the smart pool control is probably the best way to upgrade your equipment to automation easily without having to get a full automated panel, getting all the relays and wiring everything and spending thousands of dollars to have that installed. This is a quick and easy way to upgrade also your standard speed pump to VS pump, and at the same time add automation all together.
Sure, and we also talked to all the home automation companies, Control4, Crestron, these ones that are out there where these high-end homes and really new homes, depending upon your area, offer home automation. This is seamless to their platform. You don't need to purchase any different device or interface protocol to make it talk like some of our competitors. You just simply put it on the internet. This can be hardwired, this can be Wi-Fi. Once it's on, that installer of that home automation simply hits a couple buttons on their computer and it's on with probably 30 seconds to a minute. And that's one of the big things. The big OmniLogic, the VS Omni, same platform, same app, same capabilities. We're just taking all those big capabilities from the big Omni and putting it down to more backyards that this is suitable for. That's really why this was developed. The other option that we have on the VS Omni, which people really like, which is further ahead with the automation, is a USB stick capability. At the bottom of the VS Omni, as well as on the side of the OmniLogic, you can put a USB stick in, something as small as even a 2 gigabyte hard drive. What this allows is you can actually back up the configuration, the homeowner's configuration, and keep all your pools on there. If you're a service tech, in case anything happens, you have that backup capability. The nice thing about this also is how we update our firmware. Twice a year we release firmware, updates, bug fixes, things that we like to change, things that we'd like to hear from the field. You can simply download that or get that firmware update from your local rep, and you simply take it out to the VS Omni, plug it in, hit restore with 2 buttons, and you can put in the new latest and greatest firmware that we have. That's what makes this VS Omni and OmniLogic platform future-proof. Come out with new products, we simply update it, and soon that'll be done over the internet, which is also a nice feature.
Yeah, so if the listener wants to learn more about it, they can go to the Hayward site. Is there a direct link or just a Hayward?
There is. They can go to hayward.com/VS Omni. The homeowner can go there too and look at it. We have ways for service guys to get with your reps, and you can be on our service provided, the preferred installer. So if the homeowner puts in their zip code and their name, your name will come up through the algorithm in your area, and it'll direct you to, it'll direct that homeowner to you because you can't find it on the internet.
Got it.
And these price points are so inexpensive to get a pump with a full automation. In most areas, you're talking anywhere from $1,500 to $1,600 for a 4-year warranty on our 3 horsepower pump with automation out of the box, everything included, which you can't find anywhere else.
And that's not much more than just buying a VS pump standalone without the automation. So that's the great thing about it. It's really affordable to upgrade, and I highly recommend it. For the customer that we put the VS 950 Omni at, she just couldn't manage it. She just never had a pool before, and she was afraid of putting her pool in the spa mode because she was afraid she drained it down once before all the way down. So I think it's a great way for people that are older or not experienced with pools just to have one button, you push it, and you're done.
Well, and I think you got a great point. You saw on that job site where there wasn't a big box. This thing is smaller than a shoebox. So when you're talking putting automation in a little box and putting it on a wall or 4x4 post, popping out a light switch and popping in the smart relay, there's a line and a load. It's that simple. It literally doesn't get any easier than putting in a pump in a new motor. That's as easy as this thing is. You're just literally moving wire whips around. You're not even disconnecting them from other sources. So it's really simple. It's really intuitive. The app is the best on the market as far as how it looks and what you can do. Our new lights, we're the only ones now that can dim and change our speed of your lights from the app. You can also change the speed of the pump right from the app, every one of them, which is great.
Well, thanks for taking the time, Brian, to go over all this with us. I think the listeners are going to really look into getting the, when they're ready to upgrade, really look into getting the Omni VS with the smart pool control. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So if you're in the market to upgrade your pool pump to a variable speed pump, I definitely would recommend checking out the Hayward VS Omni pumps with smart pool control. For a little bit more money, you can automate your whole equipment pad with the smart pool control. You control everything from the OmniLogic app. If you're a pool owner and you're looking for more resources, you can find out more at my website, swimmingpoollearning.com. I have a lot of helpful web pages there. I also have an ebook and a print book available to help you with your pool care needs. If you do pool service for a living, or if you're thinking about starting a business, you may want to check out my coaching program. You can learn more about my coaching program at poolguycoaching.com. For as little as 33 cents per day, you can text me in real time to get your questions answered. I also have another level where you can call me and do video chats with me if you need to. You also get invited into the GroupMe app, where we have 100 pool guys in there, and you can post questions and get your questions answered there. You also get discounts on your general liability insurance, and also discounts on the Riptide pool vacuum system, and other discounts that are offered in the group. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless.
The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show.